I know it's been a while since I put up a training video. Well, you know, I've just been busy with other things. Maybe lazy. It doesn't feel like lazy though, because the other things I've been doing are like active things, you know, hiking and things like that, mountain biking. So, I ran into this woman at the dog park, and she had a dog that was about a year old, and he's being a little rude with some of the other dogs in the park. And one of the dogs he was playing with was very timid and shy and was getting very scared. And so I said, you really need to get your dog away from that other dog. Well, of course she got mad and said he's only playing. I said, but the other dog's not enjoying it. The other dog is petrified. Hold on, there's somebody coming. I gotta stop. So, and the other dog was a lot smaller, and was submitting, and her dog was just jumping on him, and he's terrified, and he keeps trying to hide. And I said, you really need to get your dog away from the other dog, because your dog is scaring the other dog, and it's not proper play behavior. If they were kids on a playground, we would call it bullying. You really need to teach them to leave other dogs alone. And while this conversation is going on, my dog goes running over to the situation just to see what's going on. And I yell out to her, Cookie, leave it. And of course she spins around and comes back to me. And so I said to the woman, I said, it's a good idea to teach your dog a leave it. And she goes, well, he knows drop it. And I go, well, that's good, but you should teach him to leave it too. She goes, well, I don't see the purpose in it. So my video today is about the need to teach your dog a leave it and a drop it. So a drop it is basically your dog's got something in his mouth and you want him to spit it out or let go of it. You know, and some people, you know, can call it different things like off or whatever. You name it what you want. You can name it cheeseburger for all I care. But the drop it command is different from the leave it command. And when I said you really need to teach him to leave it, she goes, drop it, sufficient. And with that, my daughter just started laughing and had to walk away because she knew she was going to say something rude to the woman, didn't want to. So drop it, they have something in their mouth already. And you want them to spit it out or let go of it. And no, this woman thinks that that will work in other situations, but it really doesn't. I mean, I guess it could if you taught your dog that drop it means to leave everything alone, that you're telling him drop it, even though he doesn't have it in his mouth. Like I said, you could teach a drop it command and call it cheeseburger, you call it whatever you want. But the typical drop it is different from a leave it, because if he learns to spit something out that he's already holding onto, that is a different behavior from, oh, I see a squirrel and I want to go chase it, and you tell her, leave it. Or she wants to bully a dog at the dog park and you say, you point at the puppy she's bullying and you say, leave it. And she knows to leave that thing alone. It's just like if you're hiking on a trail and you see a rattlesnake up ahead and your dog is getting pretty close to it and is gonna put his nose down to sniff it, and you yell out, leave it, and the dog spins around and comes back to you. And I mean, you could teach your dog danger, or, you know, like I said, you can call it whatever you want, but the two distinct behaviors are different, and it makes it more clear to your dog and easier to understand for your dog if you have a different command for both. And like I said, you call them whatever you want. But Cookie knows if she's got something in her mouth and I tell her drop it, she spits it out. But that's not the same as she sees poo on a trail and wants to go over to her, or sees a raccoon in a tree and wants to go, you know, investigate it, and I tell her leave it. She knows, oh, whatever that is that I've seen that I'm interested in, I have to turn around and leave it alone because mommy said so. You know, so the two are different. So what I'd like to hear is your opinion about it. So put up something in the comments. I'm going to ask you to be nice, be polite. You're allowed to disagree with me, but you can't do it in a rude way. You have to be polite, okay? So put up in the comments what you think. I hope there's some other dog trainers out there that will see this video and comment what they think about it. But I definitely think that you need two distinct commands for those two behaviors. It's just like the down command. Does down mean to get off of something, or does it mean to lay down? Now, I actually taught Cookie down instead of like off, because she, you know, it's just what I taught her, to get down. But that's different from a lie down. And she has been taught the difference, and she understands the difference. But yeah, so is drop it and leave it interchangeable? You tell me what you think. So one of the things that I like to teach my clients is the three, to me, absolutely most important things to teach your dog. Three of the most important things. Their name, obviously, and using their name, calling out their name doesn't always mean to come to you, but it should be an attention getter. You should say their name and they should spin their head around to look at you. The second most important is obviously come, to come to you. And then three is leave it, or danger, or whatever you want to call it. That they are going after something that is going to potentially harm them, and you can tell them leave it, and they'll leave it alone. I'm actually going to add a fourth thing. And not a lot of people teach their dogs this, and that is a stop command, which is different from a stay or anything like that. If Cookie is running and I yell to her stop, I want her to just stop and freeze. So you call it freeze if you want. I think that's important too, but if you've got a good name recognition, a good recall, and a good leave it, you're so on the right track and have such a great foundation for keeping your dog safe. So next, I guess, we'll be doing some videos on how to teach those behaviors. So stay tuned. With the new year starting, I'm going to try to be a little bit more disciplined in getting some training videos out. We'll see how that goes. Be blessed, and don't forget to go play with your dog today.